So, are the AI robots really coming for your job? I mean, it's the question on everyone's mind, and you see it in the headlines every single day. The fear is real. But what if that's only half the story? What if AI is actually turning out to be the biggest career catalyst of our generation? Let's get into that paradox.
Okay, so let's start with the tough news first. A recent study found that nearly a quarter of companies, 24%, have already replaced workers with AI tools. That is a huge number, and it confirms the anxiety a lot of us are feeling. It seems like the robots are already here. But you gotta hold on, because that is not even close to the whole picture.
Because, and this is happening at the exact same time, workers who have AI skills are commanding a massive 56% wage premium. Just let that sink in for a second. While some jobs are being automated away, the ability to work with AI is becoming one of the most valuable skills you can have. So we've got job replacement and a huge pay bump happening simultaneously. So what is the real story here? Are we looking at a future with mass unemployment, or are we standing right on the edge of a brand new era of opportunity? To figure that out, we have to break down this AI job paradox and really look at what's changing in the workplace.
The first thing you absolutely have to understand is this great shift in how we think about it. The whole conversation is moving away from a simple story of replacement, where machines just take over what people do. What's actually happening is something called augmentation, which is really a powerful partnership where machines collaborate with people, basically making us better at our jobs.
And this quote from Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, just nails it. He sees AI not as this big job destroyer, but as a super tool, just like the steam engine or the internet. And think about it, those things didn't end work, right? They completely reshaped it. They created entire new industries and made us way more productive. And that's exactly what AI is doing right now.
So what does this partnership actually look like day to day? Well, let's meet your new digital coworkers. Think of someone like Amina. She's an analyst, and now she uses AI agents to do all the heavy lifting, drafting reports, pulling data. This frees her up to focus on what humans are great at: strategy, creative thinking, building relationships with clients. Or take John in customer service. He was really worried about being replaced, but now an AI handles all the simple, repetitive questions. This lets him become a specialist who solves the really complex, high-value customer problems. See? They're not competing with AI, they're using it to level up.
Okay, now this is where it gets really, really interesting. This whole shift isn't just changing old jobs, it's creating entirely new ones. I'm talking about roles that literally didn't exist a few years ago that are now some of the fastest growing positions out there. So let's meet the new roster.
First up, you've got the AI trainer. These are the people who are literally teaching the AI how to think. They put together the data, they supervise the learning process, and they fine-tune the AI's answers to make sure it's accurate and helpful. This is not a coding job, it's a teaching job for a machine. And with a six-figure salary, it just shows you how crucial having a human in the loop really is.
Next, we have the AI ethicist. I mean, think about it. As AI starts making more high-stakes decisions in medicine and finance, we need people to make sure these systems are operating fairly and safely. AI ethicists work to align these powerful tools with our human values, making sure they're transparent and accountable. It's a critical role as this tech gets woven into everything we do. And this one is fascinating. The Human-AI Collaboration Lead. This is not a technical role in the way you might think. It's a strategic one. It's all about designing the perfect partnership. They figure out the best way for human teams and AI tools to work together so they can get the absolute best performance out of both. It's like building a bridge between human talent and machine intelligence. And listen, don't make the mistake of thinking this is all just happening in some tech bubble in Silicon Valley. No way. This transformation is rolling out across every single industry you can imagine, from the farm to the hospital. I mean, just take agriculture. Farmers are using AI to monitor crop health with drones, track the health of their livestock with wearable sensors, and get super specific recommendations on how to plant and irrigate. It's really no surprise that 68% of agribusinesses are now actively looking for grads who get this technology. The farm of the future is already here. And you see this same revolution happening in healthcare. Half of all hospitals in the US have already integrated AI. It's automating all those routine tasks like analyzing medical scans or managing patient records. And that frees up doctors and nurses to focus on what they were trained to do: handle complex patient cases, work on groundbreaking research, and provide that human-centric care. So you can see the big picture here. The workplace itself is being completely redesigned. We're moving away from an environment that was all about individual, routine tasks and into this dynamic future of strategic, AI-powered collaboration. The very idea of work is changing right before our eyes.
So, if these are the new jobs, what are the new skills you need to actually get them? Your first thought is probably coding, data science, machine learning, right? And yeah, those are important. But the skills that are most in demand, well, they might actually surprise you.
First, let's talk money because the data here is undeniable. The financial reason to adopt is huge. As you can see, wages in jobs that are exposed to AI are growing twice as fast as other jobs. And for the AI specialists, that wage premium shoots up to a massive 56%. The market is basically screaming for people who can use these new tools. But here's the big twist. The top skills that employers are looking for, they aren't just technical. In fact, design has actually overtaken coding as the most in-demand skill. And right behind it are things like communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. It makes sense. As AI handles more of the routine, technical stuff, the uniquely human skills you need to guide the AI, they're becoming more valuable than ever. So the winning formula, the most crucial takeaway is this. It's not about just being a tech expert or just being an industry expert anymore. The most valuable people are becoming what you might call synthesists, people who can blend technical fluency with deep knowledge of their field. Someone who understands both healthcare and AI, or both finance and machine learning, that person is basically unstoppable in this new economy. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. So how do you actually put this into action? How do you get ready to not just survive, but to really thrive in this AI era? It really comes down to a simple three-step playbook. First, you have to embrace continuous learning. The skills are changing so fast, and just staying curious is your greatest asset. Second, actively work on developing those hybrid skills we talked about. Combine what you know about your industry with AI literacy. And third, and this is a big one, you have to fundamentally change your mindset. See AI as a partner to work with, not a competitor to be afraid of. Ultimately, that's the core message here. The future of work is not a battle of human versus machine. It's about a partnership. It's a symbiosis where we use these incredible new tools to amplify our own intelligence, our own creativity, and our productivity to achieve things we never could before. And I just want to leave you with this final thought from Sam Liang, the CEO of Otter AI. He said that in a world that's flooded with AI-generated content, the human voice will emerge as the gold standard for authentic communication. What that means is, in the end, our most valuable, most irreplaceable asset is simply our own humanity.